Welcome back. Now that you have crafted your good keywords from your starting keywords, we are going to move on. But let's take a look at what some of your answers might have been. Here are some possible answers to your research plan learning exercise that you just did. Feel free to pause and take a look and see if your answers are similar. All right. Now you need to pop those good crafted keywords into a relevant database. This is part two. What does relevant database mean exactly? It doesn't mean just choose between Westlaw or Lexis. They're both relevant databases. It means never run your keyword search from the universal search bar. That's what anyone off the street can do. Instead, if you're looking for a California state court case, select the California State Court database. All right, what that's going to do is it's going to open up a new set of search possibilities that just the universal search bar won't have for you. So if you do not search a relevant database and your keyword starts in one of these homepage bar looking things, I will check minus your entire keyword search section. Instead of that, you're going to select a relevant database and it will make your search much more efficient. So take a look at your jurisdiction, use the smallest relevant database possible, and then search in that database directly instead of the universal search bar. Your how do I's this week take you on the ride through this skill, but here's a quick refresher. So if the Ninth Circuit cases are the ones that are going to bind you, you've already determined that, then search the Ninth Circuit cases. In Lexis, this part is not pictured. You'd go to federal, you'd go to Ninth Circuit, and you'd go to cases. Then you would be right here, what you see on the screen. You would click all Ninth Circuit cases first, and then you would select sources to search, and then you would check both Supreme Court and Ninth Circuit. And then see, you've selected your database, you've crafted good keywords, and we found another way to avoid getting a check minus on your keyword searching section. But wait, there's more. So if you want to get even more advanced than this, let me remind you about this advanced search button. Hopefully you found it for your warm-up, yes? So you click advanced search and you pop your keywords into into a field or a segment, and you'll really impress me. Or better yet, you'll impress whoever else needs your help with efficient case finding skills, right? So let's talk about fields and segments and that advanced search button. Clicking that advanced search button opens the door to fields and segments. They're not going to be available to you otherwise. And why would you want to open that door? I get it. Believe me, you are happy using natural language like in Google. Why would you want to make things more complicated? Because this extra step can take your efficiency leaps and bounds ahead of the peers that you're working with who aren't using this extra step. So if you are wanting to stand out as someone who can conduct reliable research, finding the best, most relevant cases in a timely manner, you're going to accomplish that successfully and with more efficiency using advanced search with fields and segments than you are going to be without it. All right, so relevant database plus crafted keywords equals good job. But you add fields and segments and you turn that good job into an expert job. So to stand out from the crowd, walk with me through the advanced search door. You know already from reading Brightspace that you don't have to figure out what the fields are yourself, that once you are at that advanced search screen, there's a list of templates for you. Here is where you find my favorite fields in Lexis. In the advanced search database, so this one is, I've already made it to the Ninth Circuit cases advanced search. You're going to look for summary and headnotes. And you can review the how do I from this module for a detailed reminder of the steps you need to get here. But once you're here, these are the two that are my favorite. By searching for your keywords, your good crafted keywords in the headnotes and summary fields, you're going to ensure that the cases you get back are actually about those keywords, right? There's a point of law in the headnotes about that keyword, as opposed to just that word appearing anywhere in the document in a case that might not even be legally relevant. But with the precision of fields and segments comes that requirement to use a precise terms and connectors string. So with that, let's do our very quick intro to Boolean searching. I'll be quick. So you start with your crafted keywords, right? Then you add connectors and quotes as appropriate. What are connectors? There's more connectors than this, but these are the basics. You have and that narrows your search, or that broadens your search, and then you have same sentence and same paragraph. So we saw this in Brightspace, correct? The right to bear arms. And perhaps you noticed there why you will get in trouble if you use this phrase in quotation marks. It will get you the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. Why? Because this exact quote appears right here. So this search will return a document with this in it for you, but it won't get you the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That's not going to pop up. Why? Because the words in this phrase don't match the order in your quoted search phrase. So what are your options to avoid this search phrase and get both of these results in your search? You can either Boolean it or you can natural language it. So the Boolean option has the right in the same sentence as bear and arms. You'll notice there's a connector between each of these words. There's no spaces without a connector in them. You have to fill the spaces with connectors. Or you can natural language it, right to bear arms, no quotation marks. Some pro tips for Boolean terms and connectors searching. First of all, commas are not used in Lexis or Westlaw. If you've got a string of synonyms, you don't put them together with commas. It's not a thing. Secondly, connectors, like I said, go between every single term, unless you're phrase searching, and then you don't have connectors because you have the quotation marks around your phrase. But this is correct. We've had a connector between these words and a connector between these words. This is not correct. The computer's not going to know what to do with this, or it's going to figure out a connector for you. So you've got one connector here and you've got no connectors here. So the computer is going to figure out what it wants to do. It's got a set of rules where if the searcher doesn't put a connector in there, it will fill one in for them. One more stop sign for now, only because two was not enough last year, and I still had students do the keyword searching first. So maybe three stop signs is the charm. You are better now at keywords after this lesson, but if you don't use the other methods first, I will still give your keyword section a check minus. Okay, before I turn you loose on the next learning exercise segment, come with me on a quick tour of this week's warm-up exercise. Those two questions in the warm-up, we'll go through them together. I will meet you in the next video for that.